Let's look at the power of BIM. What I want to do is create a schedule. It's going to be a VAV schedule. So let's jump through and learn how to do that. I'm going to go to my View tab. I'm going to click my Schedules dropdown, and I'm going to select Schedules Quantities. Now I want to scroll down to where it says Mechanical Equipment. I'm going to select that. I'm going to click OK. Now we have available fields, and then we have the fields that are going to actually be in our schedule. So I want to scroll down until I find Mark. That's our most important one, and I'm going to add that parameter. I like to know what type it is, so I'm going to select Type, and I'm going to add that. I like to know what level it's on, so I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to find Level. I'm going to find that, and I'm going to add it. I like Manufacturer, so I'm going to add that. I'm going to select Comments, and I'm going to add that. And I guess for now, I'm going to keep it at that. A lot of times I will add more than I really need when I'm building this from scratch, and then I can remove what I decide I don't need later. So I'm going to click on OK. Now, it's a VAV schedule. So what I want to do is, I like AHU1, but we need to get rid of it. So what I want to do is, over here, we can add more fields if we want, and we can also write a filter in. So under Filter, I want to click on Edit. And for our filter, I want to filter by mark. I want our mark to contain VAV. I want to go to Sorting and Grouping. I want to sort it by our mark. While we're at it, let's go over to Formatting. We can select an item and have it be a hidden field. We can do conditional formatting. Let's go to Appearance. Grid line, thin line, show title, show headers, title text. I want to do 2.5 millimeter Arial. I'm going to select that for all of them. I'm going to click OK. Now it gets rid of that AHU and it only has our VAVs in it. Now I can come over to my comments and I can have any comment I want and I can hit Enter. I can fill in all these cells. Now what I can do though, if I go back to Fields and I click Edit, suppose I've got a property I don't want. What I can do is I can come here and I can click on New Parameter. So I'm just going to click on New Parameter. Now what I can do, for my name, I'm going to type in unit number. I can have it be a type parameter or an instance parameter. A type parameter means if I type something in here, it's going to appear there for every VAV. If it's an instance, it's just going to be in the one I have selected. I'm going to keep it as instance, but my type of parameter, I'm going to click my drop down, and it's going to be a text parameter. I'm going to group it under text, so I'm going to hit OK. Unit number. So I'm going to click OK. My unit number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But of course, I can select it now because it's in the database. Awesome. Now what I'd like to do is I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to quickly make a sheet. So I'm going to go right-click on Sheets All. I'm going to select New Sheet. A1 metric is fine. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to drill into Schedules Quantities, and I'm going to select Mechanical Equipment Schedule, and I'm going to drag that onto my sheet. And here it is. Now with it on my sheet, I can select it. I can widen my lines. I can make them smaller if I want. And I can even break it if it gets too long for my sheet. Cool. I'm going to make another schedule. I'm going to click my Schedule drop-down. I'm going to go Schedules Quantities. I'm going to scroll down till I find Ducts. Now I'm going to click OK. I'm going to scroll down till I find Family and Type. And I'm going to grab that. Definitely going to want length. I'm going to add that. I want to grab size. I'm going to grab system name. Again, I'm grabbing more than I need, so I'm going to add system name. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine a couple parameters. So I'm going to click on this button here, and I'm going to select Combine Parameters. And I want to combine height with width. I'm going to hold down my Control key. I'm going to select them both. I'm going to type in square size. Now remember, our round duct obviously won't work with this. Preview of value, height, width. So my suffix for height, I'm going to type in space times space. I'm going to get rid of my separator. I'm going to get rid of my separator for width. I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to click OK. That's a lot of duct. Now there's some stuff we can do. So for my rectangular duct, it's going to be square size. And for my size over here, we have this. So this is a little bit redundant, but I just wanted to show you a new feature that Revit has in 2017. Now, let's add some of this stuff up. I'm going to go back to my schedule properties, and I'm going to go back to my fields, and I'm going to click Edit. For my length, I'm going to move that down to the end. Now, my sorting and grouping, I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to sort it first by family and type. And I'm going to put a footer in here. And it's going to be title, count, and totals. Then I'm going to sort it by size. I want to make sure I click Grand Totals, title, count, and totals. Now I'm going to go to Formatting. I'm going to click Length, and I'm going to click the drop down here. And I can either calculate totals, minimum, maximum, minimum, and maximum. So I'm just going to calculate totals. For my field format, go ahead and click on Field Format. And we're just going to use project settings, which is fine. I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to click OK. Now it's going to start to chop it up. As you can see, my length for my rectangular ducts is going to be 61,563. Let's break it down even more though. So for sorting and grouping, I'm going to click Edit, then by size. I'm going to click OK again. Now it's going to sort it by size. It itemizes it, but it doesn't quite chop it up. So I'm going to go back to sorting and grouping. My size is going to have a footer now as well. So I'm going to click OK. So now it really chops it up. So I know the exact length that I need for my 300 by 300 rectangular ducts. And as I go down through, this is all going to be completely accurate. The best part about this is, if I delete it or add it to the model, it gets deleted or added from my schedule.